Hey there, yoga students. Maria here at the Chilson Recreation Center. I just want to offer today a approximately 30-minute yoga class that's going to be a flow to get our heart rates up and our blood moving. So let's all begin with 2 blocks. If possible, place them at the top of the mat. Bring your body to the very top of the mat, toes pointing forward. Press into the middle of your foot, the midfoot. Bring the palms together at heart center, close the eyes. Let's take a couple of cleansing breaths here. Notice how good that feels. Now, just close the mouth and breathe in and out through the nose a couple of times. Noticing the quality of your breath. Now connect to your heart center, the center of your chest behind the breastbone. Feel the rhythm of your heartbeat for a moment. From this place, create your intention for this Hatha yoga practice. Let's take 3 more conscious breaths here. Then slowly release the arms, rise up, inhale, take the thumbs together, slight back bend, engaging pelvic floor, and bring the palms together and slowly descend. So the blocks are here for your support. Inhale halfway up, engage abdominals, front and back body. Really feel that stretch in the back body, especially the legs. And slowly rest, shake and nod the head. Let's begin nice and slowly, just bending and straightening the legs here. Feeling comfortable in your body, getting a feel for how the body is feeling. Then slowly inhale again, engage front and back bodies, lengthening, hips back, shoulders forward, crown forward. Relax, release, shake and nod the head. Let's cross our arms and go right into ragdoll. Moving the head side. Let any tension in the neck or shoulders, just letting it go. Yoga helps us come back into alignment, no matter where we are. Then slowly either bring your hands to the floor if it's comfortable or to the blocks. And then take your left foot back, square the hips, front knee over front ankle. And let's stretch out the hip flexors of the extended leg. A couple of breaths here. And then let's remove the blocks and let's come right into downward dog. So separate the fingers, bring the right leg back, lift the hips up and back, shake and nod the head, walk the dog, alternate bending and straightening the legs. Your arms should be shoulder width or wider depending on how tender shoulders feel. Legs hip width or wider. And just kind of slowly draw the heels towards the floor one at a time. Getting a feel, how does the body feel right now? Just starting out, shaking and nodding. Let's extend the left foot back and then the right. Draw the arms and legs in towards the midline. Keep lifting the front ribs up toward the spine. If this is a little challenging, come down to your knees. And make sure that when you place any weight on your hands, there's a slight gap underneath the palms, okay? To support the wrists. So let's go ahead and go from inhale, downward dog, exhale, plank. 2 more. Inhale, downward dog, exhale, plank. Last one, inhale, downward dog, exhale, plank. Let's go rest our legs, separate the knees, big toes touching. Let's start coming into devotional pose, forehead on the floor, arms overhead. Let's rest here for 3 breaths. Just letting go, relaxing. one more breath. Then gently inhale, lift the front ribs up towards the spine, tuck the knees underneath your hips, hands are shoulder width apart, and we're going to come down to the floor via our bellies. So you're going to keep the elbows close, forehead, nose, chin, chest slips through, roll the shoulders back and down, internally rotate the legs so you can feel the tops of all 10 toes against the mat, forehead on the floor, your hands are shoulder width. Press the pubic bone, roll the shoulders back, inhale slowly, lifting from the heart center, and then let's press up into Cobra, keeping the pelvis on the mat, elbows stay close to the body, holding it, strengthening here, the arms, shoulders, engage pelvic floor, and come on up, table position, curl the toes under, let's take an in-breath, press into the hands, downward dog, shaking and nodding the head. Let's go ahead and bend and straighten the legs. Once again, and we're going to go into cat-cow from standing. So you're going to bend the legs, inhale, look ahead, exhale, straighten, ha, look down. 2 more, inhale, exhale, ha, 1 more, exhale, ha. And then let's go ahead and walk the feet forward. Walk, walk, walk between your hands. Once again, you either use your blocks, inhale halfway up, lengthening the spine here. Exhale, fold you, shake and nod the head. And then slowly press the feet into the floor. Bend the knees to support the lower back. And come on up, rolling the shoulders back and down, lifting up, taking the thumbs together a different way than you did last time. Inhale here. Let's move laterally on the exhale to your left. Inhale again, moving to the right. And then slowly, one more time. This time we're going to engage pelvic floor, slight back bend. And then take the palms together all the way down. We're going to repeat the same thing on the other side. Inhale, hands halfway up the shins, lengthening. Exhale, folding, shaking and nodding. This time we're going to take the right foot back, full leg length. Square the hips here, front knee over the front ankle. Relax the shoulders. So you decide what gives you the best stretch for this hip flexors here. The higher, the medium, the low, or the lowest. You choose. So whatever you did on the other side, repeats here. And always honor your body. Be wherever you are right now. And let's go ahead, one more breath here. And then slowly we're going to just move this foot to the center of the mat, pivot the back heel, and we're going to come on up to do some standing poses, more standing poses. So come on up, front heel, back arch alignment, bend the front knee so that your kneecap is over your second or third toe. Bring your hands to your waist, level your pelvis, roll your shoulders back and down, lift through the crown of the head. Feel the lengthening in the spine. Feel how good it feels. Life is good when you're doing yoga. Now bring arms out. Let's do palms up for Virabhadrasana 2. Just make sure that the knee stays forward so it doesn't collapse, because then the knee and ankle get out of alignment and that does not feel good on the joints. Relax your shoulders. Keep your hips level so that the hips aren't going this way or that way, but as level as comfortable. Close your eyes for a minute. This becomes almost a balance pose when you close your eyes. So we want the body to practice balancing without our eyes sometimes. Let's take, now open your eyes. Let's reverse, look over your front shoulder. Relax, let's reverse warrior 2. So let's go ahead and take the front arm overhead and straighten the front leg. Exhale back to warrior 2. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And from reverse warrior 2, we're going to clap our hands overhead. Exhale, warrior 2 again. Inhale, reach, look up. Exhale, fold you. One more. Inhale. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale, warrior 2. Reaching in both directions. From here, just rest your hands for a minute. Interlace your hands behind your back. Pause here. Feel the openings in the chest area. Let's take 3 breaths here. How are you doing out there? Oh, that feels so good. And then let's go ahead and release. Take your forearm to the leg, to the thigh. Take the back shoulder out, opening a little bit more. You may stay here if this feels comfortable, or you can rest your hand here. And we're going to go right into side angle pose. So you can put your hand on your leg or on the block behind you. And we're going to inhale back up, warrior two. Exhale over. Inhale. One more. Exhale. Really reach, feel that wonderful opening in the side body. And from here, we're just going to go right into triangle pose. Straighten the front leg, arms straight up. So just make sure that both side bodies are long. If this is too low, because you find yourself kind of leaning forward with the shoulder, then you can come up higher on your leg, all right? Just keep the side body's long, front leg is straight, top shoulder is opening. And then inhale again. Let's do that 2 more times. Exhale. Triangle pose. Choose whichever option felt best for you. And one more. Keep reaching. And then slowly windmill the arm down. And then pause here. This is head to knee pose. Sometimes I've seen it called pyramid pose. So just make sure that your back remains with its natural arches so that you're not rounding to get your head down. This depends how tight the back of the legs and the hips are. Will allow you to go further if you're not as tight there, or further. So be wherever what feels comfortable for you, okay? Listen to your own body. Now, we're going to take one more breath here, and then slowly we're going to turn the body, and we're going to come into a standing straddle, wide angle straddle here. Bring one block, place it underneath your shoulders, lengthen through the spine again. Take another breath, and then on the exhalation, take an in-breath, exhale, start turning from the belly, the ribs, the shoulder, and then maybe the arm. Whichever. If the arm is feeling uncomfortable, the shoulder's not feeling good there, you can keep your hand here. All right, one more breath. Exhale, coming out of that twist. Inhale, lengthens you. Exhale, starting again, engage abdominals, belly, ribs, shoulder, and then the arm can, if it went up on the other side. And then slowly exhale down. And then we're going to take your hands to the outside of your left leg or foot, or if that's not accessible, you can also do the block. Really feeling the stretch in the opposite rib cage. Let's stay here 3 more breaths. And then slowly go to the other side, walking to the other side. So remember, in this pose, your toes are slightly in, your heels are slightly out, and you control how wide you want to go. Now we're just going to rest our crown. Remember, you have blocks. You can stay here, or here, or here. Just find a comfortable, relaxed space so that your crown can rest. And your hands are underneath your shoulders. Keep lifting the sits bones up towards the ceiling, pressing the outside edges of the feet. You can interlace your hands if you want to add something a little bit more with the shoulders. Another option. And then slowly relax. Inhale, lengthen. Let's turn the body again. We have another whole side to do. So we're going to bring ourselves back by preparing to unweight the back leg, unweighting the back leg, squaring the hips here, back toes pointing downward. So this is a Virabhadrasana 3 with support. You can play with taking one hand off, maybe another, maybe pausing here. Really lengthening, engaging the front body. And then relaxing the leg down. And just kind of, we've done a lot with that side. So now we're going to do the other side. We're going to lift the other leg up, your left leg, taking a full leg length back, pivot the back heel. So now you're in front heel, back arch alignment in this side. I'm wondering if I should turn. I think I'm going to turn so that I can do it this way so you can see better. Yes, that's a good idea. Good idea, Maria. So let's go ahead and bring the arms out, palms up, front knee over front ankle, facing between the second and third toes, just like whatever we did on the first side repeats here. Relax, close the eyes, feel the grounding. Feel the balance with your eyes closed. Notice that balance is something that's not stagnant. The body's working, making little micro moves to help keep us in this pose. Oh yeah. Feeling the grounding, feeling the energy coming up to the body and all around and above, lengthening through the crown. Open the eyes and slowly inhale, reverse warrior 2. Straighten the front leg. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more. And exhale. Now we take the palms together overhead like the other side. Inhale, rise up, lengthen. Exhale, look ahead. Virabhadrasana 2. Palms up. Inhale. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale. 1 more. You're doing awesome. Exhale. Now remember here we interlace our hands. Let's interlace them in a different way. Roll the shoulders back and down. Lift through the heart center. What brings you joy right now? We're always thinking of what's not working. Let's practice thinking about appreciating what is working in our life right now. Keep lifting through the heart center. Just breathing is a big deal, huh? Being in these physical bodies. And then slowly rise up. Let's go right into side angle pose. Remember, if you use the block on the other side, do it on this side. Square the knee right over the ankle, 90 degrees. Reach, reach, reach. Inhale again. Remember, this time the front leg is bent. One more time. Last one. All right, and from here we'll go right into triangle pose. Straighten the front leg. Reach up. Now, once again, if you are finding yourself collapsing to get down here, then I want you to bring your hand higher up the leg so you can keep your side bodies long. You're lengthening. You're reaching up through the fingertips. The front, both legs are straight here, long and strong. And then inhale again. 2 more. Exhale. And then back up. 1 more. Inhale. Reach, reach, reach. And exhale. How nice is that? Now we're going to bring our hands to the block, turn the hips slightly, but the feet haven't changed. Head to knee pose, keep the integrity of the spine, your natural curves. So we're stretching the whole back of that front leg, the hamstrings, the glutes even. Turn the back toes slightly. And we're going to go right into our standing balance pose on this side. So you're Virabhadrasana 3 here, square the hips. And if you try taking one hand off, maybe 2, taking the palm. Sometimes it's even fun to bend your back leg a little bit. That sometimes helps. You can come in full expression of Virabhadrasana 3. And then you can let the legs down, squaring the hips here. Let's go back to our straddle. This pose has so many goodies for us. It stretches out the inner thighs, the back of the legs, the glutes, and it helps us lengthen the spine. Letting go of any tension in the spine, shake and nod the head. And remember, you always have blocks, so if getting that low is non-accessible today, you can always use your blocks. Always use your blocks. And let's go ahead and interlace our hands again, shake and nod the head. And just notice how you're feeling right now. After having been practicing together for about 20 minutes so far, shake and nod the head. Now remember, when you come out of any forward fold, come up very slowly, especially if you tend to get dizzy. And you can always keep your crown forward instead of facing the floor too. All right, so let's go ahead and make our way down to the floor. Start to stretch out a little bit as we head towards the end of the class. So a couple of stretches before for the hips primarily. So let's make our way down slowly. Bring your arms out to the side. Shins are parallel. Legs are close together. Feet are flexed. Take an inhalation. Engage your inner thigh muscles. So keep the knees close together. Engage abdominals. Take an inhale. And slowly and controlled, take your knees all the way down to your left. Peek over your right shoulder. Inhale back towards your chest. Exhale to the right. Look over your left shoulder. What a beautiful day it is. Inhale again. Exhale. Well, let's stay here. So you have options. I invite you to take your left hand and press down on your right thigh, kind of helping lengthen the muscles here. You can also take your gaze over your opposite shoulder to help stretch out the neck, and let your gaze go as far as it can. So kind of working on stretching out the thigh muscles, strengthening them. You can also stretch out the legs if you feel like you need more of a stretch in the hips and glutes here. Let's stay here for 4 breaths. And slowly inhale the legs back to center. Nice and controlled. How slow can you go? Taking them down and controlling them as they go down towards the floor, really having to engage core here. Looking over the opposite shoulder, and whatever you did on side 1, always repeats the same on side 2. The more yoga you do, the more consistent you do it, the more the body asks for it, because we're rebalancing energies, strengthening and stretching the entire body when we do a full yoga practice. Not only for the body, but for the mind as well. One last breath here. Engage. Inhale. And then slowly extend your left leg out. Take hold of your right leg. Draw it towards you. And then switch. And gently, I want to give you some options for Shavasana, our last pose. If you have any lower back discomfort or any knee discomfort, just rest the knees in like this and bring your arms out, not too far out from the body or too close, kind of in between. The palms are either up or on the edge of their hand, depending on how you're built. And this is where you can stop, or you can extend your legs out. And this is the full expression of Shavasana, or corpse pose, or resting pose. These are all names for this pose. This is where your body integrates everything we practice together. This is like probably the most important pose of the whole practice. So it's time to be. Nothing to do, nowhere to go, no one or nothing to take care of. This is your magical time to practice just being the amazing beings you already are, just by existing in these bodies. So tell yourself I'm letting go. Give yourself permission to just rest.
Thanks for joining us today. For more information on fitness at Chilson, visit cityofloveland.org/fitnesswellness.